Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now please enjoy the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we'll be reviewing the Transformers Age of the Primes Alpha Trion. Yes, I know this take a lot of days, and I said that we will probably do it guaranteed on a Saturday, and today is a Saturday. And first and foremost, before we get to the video, I saw that we reached 60 subscribers, so I'll be working on a new upgrade once I get done with this review, and another review coming after this one. So I hope you guys will be patient. So yeah, anyways, aside from that, let's take a look at the Transformer. So taking a look at him, you can see the detail he has. He looks very G1, and he actually this version of Alpha Trion did come from the G1 cartoon, and man, doesn't it looks insanely cool, honestly. And it takes a lot of inspiration from the actual G1 cartoon, and this is more of the young version of Alpha Trion because he doesn't have the beard seen before. Of course, he does comes with more accessories than the average Prime does. So it comes with his artifacts, of course. So let's go down, take a look at those artifacts. So his artifacts, he comes with it's a group of artifacts. That's considered one. So it's the Book of Primus that he can use the quill to write in, and this quills also could be used as a sword. And then it comes with 1 and 2 pages. And this one has a cassette player or something. This one has the actual writings in it. I don't know what this translates to in English, but I'll look it up. And then he has the extra flat pages in. That's just a nice Book of Primus, the Book and Quill of Primus. And then he also comes with extra accessory that goes on his back. And bring it up, which is like a shield accessory, and it's a pretty big accessory. And it doesn't come like this in the packaging. So what you want to do is you end up just like pulling this out. But you have to be careful with this one because you could break all those connections in the middle. So I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. Once we get to the point where I actually transform it. And then he also comes with this Autobot insignia that can. I've seen a G1 cartoon where he takes it off and it's like a laser or some sort. So yeah, there's the Book and Quill, the Autobot insignia, and the shield. And I guess I'll transform it now, but hopefully I don't break it on camera. So then you just pull it apart, and then you just should be like this. Mine's a bit wiggly wobbly because I transformed it once and now it's starting to break it down. But it comes together. It becomes a shield for Alpha Trion. So now he has a machete like sword that's very small, or a knife. And then he has this big shield. And then he has the Book Primus and Autobot insignia. So there's different ways to hold all of these accessories. For one, let's do with the Autobot insignia. So you can put it in the middle, of course. You can also take off this nub that's on the side. Oops, that went flying. And you could just put it on the side of his forearm. So just do that. And then they just put that Autobot insignia up there. So you could do that. And then you could just do the same thing. And then you can also put out his hands. You open his hands. And then you could just put the Autobot insignia. It's kind of hard to do it in there. To do that because it's hard. Naturally, it's just not easy to do. So yeah, I mean, somehow it's supposed to go on the hand. I don't know exactly how. I tried doing this. I looked in the instructions and I struggle. So well, you could just put it in this hand of some sort because he does have posable fingers. Yeah. And then let's put that back inside of his chest. So we're done with that first accessory. Now let's go to the shield. So the shield mainly goes on this arm, but it can go on anyone. So this peg will tab into this hole in the forearm, and then this hole will tab into this peg on the hand or the wrist. And there you go. So now he has a shield, and now you can just grab the book no, the quill slash sword knife thing of Primus. Put it in his hand. Close those fingers. Put the book up here too. You could put this book up here. And now Alpha Trion is ready for combat. I don't know, I mean, I think Alpha Trion's better more in the library kind of thing instead of ready for battle. Because one, his sword is undersized, but it's also better because it looks like a quill, and it's more of a quill, so I don't know. He does have a shield, so that looks pretty cool. I mean, if he's defending the Book of Promise. But I don't think this is a kind of a good matchup together because one, he has an oversized sword. He has an oversized shield, my mistake. And then he has an undersized sword, so it doesn't look good together. And now let's get the book and quill. So he has no wrist rotation, but that's all you can do. And then you just open the book. You put the book in his hand. And now it can act like he's writing inside the book. And he can also look down, so actually knows what he's writing. So yeah, so that's about it for all the accessories. And there's also this one combination that can go on the back. And I won't be transforming the shield anymore until we get into the transformation. So the shield, you just pulled apart. I had to learn that the hard way because I already broke it, as you see, and I just kind of broke it already. So allow me to fix it. Yeah, this is not good. So careful when you're this is more of a toy. It says it's more of a toy, but here's the thing, is that it's pretty breakable. So I recommend being careful with this. And this is Voyager class, so it's not like the smaller primes. It's pretty decent sized prime. So you can put that back where you got it from, and then you can put the the quill of Primus on his back. And yeah, there you go. So there's a hole that tabs into a peg. And then we're going to close this piece, and we're going to do this, and then there you go. Now that everything's closed together, now I'm just going to put that book on the back, and now you can have him standing in a normal pose, nice pose. So yeah, that's about it. That took a while to get through all of that, or to get to all of that. But now that we're done with all the accessories and the detail, let us get into the articulation. So what you can do is, you can of course have his hand go out, you can have his arm go do a full 360, and it will crash into the shield in the back. And he also has some elbow rotation that can go past 90, and he has the finger, do not mind that hair. He has a bicep rotation too, so. And then the same thing for the other arm. He can look back so much. He can look down. He can also look side to side. It's not on a ball joint though, but it is pretty efficient. And then he also has an ab crunch. This is my only figure that has an ab crunch, I think. And he has an ab crunch. He can do it backwards, and there has to do a bit of tinkering in the back to do a fully back ab crunch. But yeah, that's a bit of new. It's a bit of extra articulation. He also has a wrist. He also has a waist rotation. So it can do a full 360. Just the shield on the back is kind of getting in the way. And of course, I'm not taking it out, so we're just leaving it like that. And then the next thing you can do is you can just kick up butt leg like that. You can kick back butt at the shield. And then he also has a skirt plate that can go up and down. You kick out. You have a thigh. He has a knee that can go past 90. And then he has some ankles. So pretty articulated. This guy is pretty articulated. And that's about it for the articulation. So you can put him as a pretty cool poses. So we've gotten out of the articulation, so now let us get into the size comparison. So the first thing for size comparison that we're going to compare him next to is a leader class. And this guy's one of my favorite Transformers, if you haven't noticed. So next to Transformers Age of the Primes, razor claw. You can see the leader class standing next to the Voyager, pretty decent sized. Alright, so now standing next to the Transformers Age of the Primes. Standing next to the Transformers Age of the Primes, Superior. And as you can see on the arm, that's a sneak peek for the next review. So yeah, you can see the height, pretty decent. Wow, this guy's gonna hear me. Alright, standing next to the Transformers Age of the Primes, Top Spin. And I didn't quite get him in the right pose. I didn't get him in the right kind of stand pose. There you go. So, standing next to Deluxe. Standing next to the Transformers Age of the Primes Headmaster. Freeze out. You can see all the way over there. That guy, short. Take that guy away. And then, last but not least, standing next to the Transformers Age of the Primes Fellow Prime, Solus Prime. So you can see the height difference right there. Take her away. And that is it for the size comparison. Now that we've gotten out of everything that we need to get through, so we can get into the last part of this video. And that is the transformation. And so the first thing that you want to do is you want to end up taking out all the accessories. So I have to do that right now. Allow me to just get everything out. I lost my words there for a second. Okay, so take those. And we can leave the Autobot insignia where it is already. So, the first thing you want to do is to transform this guy, and hold on, wait, excuse me. Sorry. So the first thing you want to do to transforming this guy is you want to end up folding back the head of his. The next thing you want to do is you want to end up taking those arms, folding them outwards, and then just folding in the hands. So hold on, just fold those in. So this should be doing a nice little T-pose right there. Then turn the back. So then you can just take those little panels right here and just give me 1 second. There we go. Taking them out like that. And be careful because one of them already shredding because of the way I took it out. While the other side is not because I took it out the proper way. So be careful when you do that. Then you want to take out the cockpit. And then you want to take this piece over here that should cover his head all the way. So there we go, now that we've gotten that, and just make sure that's nice and snug and tight up there. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to end up bringing this back cape piece. You want to bring it forward, like that. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to end up bringing these legs, or the thighs, you want to turn them around. And you don't want to do that because you want to end up folding in those feet. There we go. So just fold in his feet. And just make sure he's standing up nice and straight and fold in those feet. And then once that is finished, make sure everything is nice and ready. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to end up bringing the front of the foot forward or backwards. Pulling it back like that. Pulling this back like out. Pinch me. So then you want to just do that, and then spring those, close them together, and it should be nice and snug and tight in there. There you go. And then bring these up, and they shouldn't go up all the way. You want to keep them like this for now. And then now you want to bring this panel and make sure you take off the quill, because the quill will go somewhere else. Second, you want to make sure you bring this panel, and you want to end up making sure you you want to end up putting it back where it was. And I think I'll lower down the camera because I don't think you guys can see right now. So make sure that this is put to the side, and also this because we're going to put that on right now. So we just want to add the excuse me, sorry. you want to add this peg into this hole right there, and just do that like so. And then what you want to do is you want to end up folding around the entire waist, and this proves the 360 waist. And then you want to end up bringing this whole entire ab crunch back, and then you want to connect the cape panels, and make sure, because when I did this I kind of just ended up stretching out the figure and probably breaking some of the plastic. But you want to make sure that you stretch out that, make sure that the ab crunch is put to its limit. And then you just want to end up bringing this. Okay, so make sure everything's nice and snug together, and I think I just realized I broke that. But anyways, now that everything is nice and snug, you want to end up closing this panel onto here, and well, just folding out these little panels, and these panels should just go onto the side. So now we can just snap everything together, and it should go into place as it should. And it's honestly probably not gonna work like always, because these figures do give me some time a struggle when I'm working with them. And then just make sure, and there we go. So just close it together, and it should just snug and tight right there. And then you want to end up turning these arms to sides, and then you just want to closing them onto here. And here's the thing, is that my figure does give me some trouble, so I'm just gonna kind of just close these hands in and make sure that everything's just aligned correctly, everything's working together, everything's perfectly fine. And then you see how it's kind of elevated and it just looking like he's doing this thing, and it just looks odd, right? So what we want to do is we want to end up just pulling this apart. And yeah, there's proof I broke this. As you can see right there, there's some white stuff. That white stuff, yeah, you can't fix that. Anyways, pull it apart, and yeah, I am breaking this figure. I'm not transforming it back. And just make sure everything's nice and tight together. And yeah, so there should be some pegs that go into the side of the holes. The holes that go into these knee pad things. I'm trying to attach them. There we go. Oops. There you go. So now we have Alpha Trion transformed into his rocket mode, I think, or plane. I don't know. But this was originally, I think, made for the Transformers artwork back in 40 years back when they were making the G1 cartoon, when the Aerobots traveled back in time. I forgot what episode it was, but I think they were planning to use this alt mode, but they never did because the episode was never released. But I guess I'll just do something. So I forgot to mention this right now. So yeah, so the hole right here is supposed to go into that bottom piece. If you want extra storage, this is a chance to get that extra storage working, and it should be working like that. Grabbing this piece and then just snug it tight right there. Side. And this one I do get a bit of a struggle with. Figure is probably one of the most figures that have given me the most struggle in a long time. And yeah, see, that just like popped out of place immediately, like no chances. There we go. So now that he's fully transformed, let's take a look at his detail, and he looks sick. Like, honestly, there's like no other explanation or anything. This guy looks awesome. Of course, we're not taking the floor to the floor because he has no wheels, but he does look pretty cool, honestly. I mean, just imagine this thing flying into battle. Like, imagine. And the cool thing is that this cockpit, I mean, well, I mean, it doesn't really fit a headmaster in there entirely, but it looks like you could fit something like a headmaster in there. Like, I'm gonna bring, let me see, there we go. I'm bringing Freeze out, and it looks like you can actually just put a headmaster in there. I wish you could, like, have that headmaster gimmick, because I know that the Transformers, the Primes, are compatible with other figures in the toy line. So I'm wishing that they could probably have done something to actually make this compatible with any one of the headmasters they've released in the series so far. I mean, you could kind of make it look like he's getting out of the cockpit like that. And, yeah, I mean, it looks like it actually is made for headmasters. So only if they could remove this one piece, this chunk, so that it can close fully with the headmaster in there, that would be really cool of a gimmick. I mean, if you have an extra headmaster, you could just throw him inside of there, and well, now you just have a headmaster piloting Alpha Trion. That's really my only complaint, aside from everything being so compacted together, because that's one thing that I really do hate about the Primes, is that most of them, everything has to go together, and then it just, the plastic would break, and yeah, so, if you haven't seen my videos, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, aside from that, this guy is really pretty good, honestly. I don't have anything else bad to say about this guy, and I guess that's about it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe.